Okay, today we're going to talk about effective readers' mindsets. What kind of mind do effective readers have? First, you got to become an active reader, not a passive reader. See, what is the difference between the two? Well, just look at the two words, active and passive. See, a passive reader kind of just opens up the book, whether it be a novel or a textbook for an assignment, and he or she may see how long it is and then just start reading. But let me tell you the story of an active reader. Let's say John is an active reader and he has an assignment to do that includes reading in a textbook. He mentally takes some steps before he reads. This is called pre-reading strategies. Then, when he does that, which really only takes him about 5 minutes or so, he then begins to read. Now, while he is reading, there are certain strategies that John is doing. These strategies are called during reading strategies, and there's quite a few of them, and he's doing them all at once simultaneously. Then, when he finishes reading, he doesn't just close the book. There are just a few things he's going to do at the end, and these are called after reading strategies. Now, John is a really effective reader because he incorporates all these active strategies that make him actually a participator in the reading arena. And we will discover these strategies because we don't want to be sitting in the stand watching the football players on the field. We want to be in the game. So mindset is the key. Let me explain. Before I can teach you anything, I have to focus on helping you understand that the main difference between effective readers and poor readers is their mindset. And that effective readers have that want to read outlook because they want to learn, or they at least know they are going to learn something, and they place meaning upon that learning. So effective readers understand reading is about learning, and they place value on that learning. Poor readers, or ones who tend not to improve very much, focus on the chore of the reading task, and they do not place value upon the learning. It's a drudgery to them. They're not focused on the fact that they may learn something valuable and place meaning on that learning. They tend to focus on how fast can they get through the pages so they can get done with their assignment and go back to playing video games, right? So how do you change that mindset? Because see, it would not do any good to teach you strategies on how to be a better reader if you didn't want to be a better reader. You must have that desire in you to want to become a better reader. Of course, I'm going to show you why you want to be a better reader and motivate you toward that, but ultimately, it is up to you, your desire to want it. Give it your best, just like when riding a bicycle. You wanted it so bad, you could taste it. Maybe you wanted it so you could ride like the big boys and girls. But whatever reason, you wanted it. And that right there, called motivation, gave you the ability to achieve the skill. How you envision yourself, you will become. What you think you are, you are. What you think you aren't, you aren't. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or can't, you're right. I think that's a very wise saying. So it's how you perceive yourself. In mastering the mindset, there's two main areas, and I talk more about this in my course, The College Game Changer, but I just want to touch on it here a little bit. Grit and a growth mindset is how you master the mindset. You may have had the opportunity to hear the story of Inky Johnson before. He was a Tennessee football player, and he had a great college career, was about ready to graduate. He had a couple more games, and in one of those last couple of games, he got hit real hard, and it was just a fluke accident, but it left him paralyzed in his right side. And he's got a powerful story behind him, just showing amazing grit, because most people would have just rolled over and gave up on life. There went his $1 million contracts. There went his career. But instead, he had a different kind of mindset and showed amazing grit. And grit is that passion and that keep on going attitude to follow long-term goals. So when you fall down, you get back up, because failure is not the end-all be-all. The courage to maybe do something else, but keep going, or stay in the game and refuse to quit, but not give up on life. Being resilient, having endurance, stamina, drive. And Inky Johnson lives a wonderful, powerful life today. The other key factor in mastering your mindset is to have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Now, a fixed mindset is the belief system where ability or intelligence is fixed. You're just born with it. Smart people don't have to work hard. Fixed mindset believers think, they don't want to look dumb, and they just accept satisfactory grades. They just give up perhaps when they're frustrated, and they just stick to what they know. However, growth mindset is the belief system that the ability to learn is something you can change based upon your effort, your grit, what you put into it. And did you know that your brain actually grows and changes when you face challenges and then work to overcome those challenges? Growth mindset believers, they learn and they correct errors and they keep going. They like to try new things. Which mindset do you have? If you do have more of a fixed mindset, you want to learn to develop a growth mindset. So just change your thinking. If you say you're not good at something, change that up and say, what am I missing, or what do I need to learn? Or is this really my best effort? If something's hard for you, instead of saying this is too hard, you could just change your thinking and say, well, this may take some time. I've got some skills I need to learn how to do and practice those. If you make a mistake, don't give up and just say, oh, I made a mistake, I can't do it, so I'm not going to be smart. Instead, say, well, mistakes help me learn. They help me grow. I'm going to train my brain. I will learn how to do this. So become a growth mindset believer. And the definition of intelligence is the result of how much information students know, how much they know, and how they use strategies, keyword there, strategies, to control their thinking and learning. Now it's time for your declaration. Stand, place your hand over your heart, and repeat. I understand that intelligence is the learning and using strategies to control my thinking and learning. I have a growth mindset. Here is your activity. Please complete your growth mindset chart just by answering these 8 questions, saying if you agree or disagree with each statement.